video walkthrough on a Starcraft launch. We will start in the back. There isn't a whole much in the back. We got some stabilizers in the right here. There'll be a crank for that. That's just gonna lower those jacks to get all the shake and shimmying out of it and whatnot. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the back. Back corner, water heater. It's very simple to use. Literally the only thing you guys have to do is put water to it. It'll start filling up automatically. Once it's full, you'll be able to run it. It's super easy to turn on, actually. Turn this knob right here to pilot. Sometimes lining this up isn't exactly what you need. You need it lined up to where you can push and hold this red button. So right here is good. Push and hold this red button. As you're pushing and holding that, you're gonna get your barbecue lighter, match, whatever, and you're gonna want to light this pilot right there. Once the pilot is lit, as in you can let off this button and move your lighter out of the way and it stays lit. Then the only thing you'll have to do after that is move this to on. Boom, light up. Boom, that's all it'll do. Then the burner on it in here, the big flame that comes out of here will cycle on and off to help regulate its temperature. If you're gonna turn this off because you don't need any hot water for hours, if you turn this off to pilot, shuts the burner off, leaves the pilot on. If you turn it all the way off, it does turn the whole thing off. And then you have temperature adjustment here, right here. Definitely recommend cleaning in here and here quite often. And you want to drain it after every trip. You don't want it sitting full of water. So the best way to drain it, or the only way to drain it, is shut off all sources of water. Open your pressure relief until you stop seeing water squirt out here, and then you can snap this back closed. Then you can take this plug out right here. 15/16 is the socket size for that. There's a cable in that, so if you're going somewhere that provides cable, you can hook up cable through here. City water, this is where you're going to hook your hose up to run your city water. All you got to do is take this little plastic plug out of there to use it. That's just a protector. Right below that is where you're going to dump your tanks. This one's your black tank, which is your toilet water. That one's your gray tank, which is your shower and sink water. Always make sure these are completely closed before you take this off. And then I do black tank first, and then gray tank. The gray tank water will flush the black tank water out of your sewer hose. Short cord, it's a 30 amp short cord. This is as far as it goes, and then when you're done, you just shove it back in there. And then close that to make it look a little nicer. Previous owners had installed this screen. That's good to keep residue, not residue, but like buildup of nests and road debris from getting into your furnace. Some storage. You got that crank for those stabilizers in the back. Fresh tank fill. This is where you're going to fill your onboard fresh tank. Rest your hose in there, turn it on, watch its progress on the monitoring panel. When it reads full, that's when you stop. Definitely recommend draining it after every trip, just like you would your water heater. Your drain for your fresh tank is right there. Here you got a lot of good information, your gross vehicle weight, cargo carrying capacity, tire size, tire pressure. Always check tire pressure before each trip. We did check them there at 50, so you shouldn't have to worry. Onto the front area, single 20-pound cylinder, filled. You don't gotta worry about getting it filled. And it's just all the way to the left is on, all the way to the right is off. We will turn it off for you. Group 24 RB marine gray battery, already in there, new. The winter I recommend taking this battery completely out, storing it somewhere a lot warmer than being outside all winter. Garage, basement, shed, anything's warmer than being outside all winter. And then, if it's gonna be a long time between trips, I recommend disconnecting the negative lead off the battery. Window, all you do is loosen these wing nuts and then you can close and lock them. This window itself doesn't actually open. Little bubble levels installed by the previous owner. To level your trailer, use your tongue jack to go up and down to get level front to back. Then you can snug those back stabilizers down. Your awning, I'll explain it the best I can. This is definitely a two-handed procedure and I'm alone filming by myself. But you're going to have your crank rod ready for closing it. I'll demonstrate to close it. You're going to have this in your hand, ready, right? And then you're going to take that switch right there and flip it the opposite direction. It can only go one way. You can flip it. And then The crank in your other hand, you're going to guide this up because it's going to want to roll itself in. That's why you want to hold on to it. And then it'll get to the certain point when you need to hook the end of that into this. Right? Very easy to do. And you just kind of walk with it as it's closing up. Once it's closed, you're good. There are retaining latches right here that when they're closed, you're going to want to retain them closed. And then it's nice as you can grab here, pull this down to adjust it, raise and lower each end. So instead of having water run all the way along the side right here, you can have it run off to the corner, which is good. So it's getting really windy. Roll your awning in. It's not worth having to risk it. You definitely never want to roll it in soaking wet, or else it'll get like mildewy and moldy. So when you get the chance to, roll it back out, let it dry off. Fridge vents here, just keep them clean. Outdoor outlet, it's GFCI protected. All your GFCI is on the same circuit, and we're about to go inside, so I'll show you where to reset it. If you can use the fan on your range hood, make sure you open this. If not, keep it closed. Alright, we're coming to the bedroom. Well, the trailer itself, you got a fire extinguisher right there. Wipe my feet off a little bit. Let's turn this AC off so you guys can hear me a little bit better, and we'll turn the radio off so you can hear me. Okay. Yep. So, as you see, this is in bed mode. All you have to do is move these cushions, lay them on there to create a bed. If you want it as a table, just lift this up, and then there's legs underneath there you can unfold to make it a table. Propane, carbon monoxide, and propane gas alarm hardwired to the 12-volt system, so there's no batteries you have to worry about changing. Antenna, clockwise goes up. You can then pull this down. You'll be able to rotate that to kind of tune in your signal. Before you lower it, make sure these two triangles are lined up before you lower it back down on the roof. AC is very simple. You have two low fans, a high fan, and a low cool and a high cool. The fans just run the fan, and the cool will run the AC portion of it. Just because it's red does not mean it's heat. It means it's the warmest your AC will be. That's the coldest your AC will be. Radio, it's very simple. Turn it on. You have volume knob presets right here. When you have mode, you can cycle through your modes, so your auxiliary and whatnot. Band, you can mute it, you can change the display. Auxiliary inputs, you can hook your phone up to it. The USB does not interface, it just charges your phone. Very simple to use. Same as your thermostat for your furnace. See how it says off and it's pointing that way, so that's off. That's on, and this is how you adjust your temperature. Fridge, very simple. You have on or off. So on or off, mode, AC, LP, auto, and then now it's saying it's auto and on AC, which is 120 volts. So definitely recommend leaving on auto. Auto is going to default to 120. If it's got that, that's what it's going to use. If you were to get unplugged for any reason, it's going to automatically switch to running off of electric. If you just had it on AC like that, if you get unplugged, the fridge is turning off. So make sure, I just recommend leaving it on auto. And then you can change your temperature. 1 is cold, 9 being the coldest. And then you can turn it off. The fridge like this, it works a little bit different than your mini fridge. Even though it's a smaller fridge, I would say this fridge like this, fridge and freezer, would take anywhere from 5 to 6 hours to get to its correct operating temperature. The bigger ones take even longer. Here's a remote for the radio. I will put that in this compartment. Actually, we'll put it in the compartment next to the radio. Up here, smoke alarm, 9-volt batteries. If they start beeping, change the battery. Spot for plugging the TV in the outlet, so you can have a 12-volt TV if you wanted, or a regular TV. And then if you're going to use your antenna, there's your booster. Have that on. If you're using cable, turn it off. Microwave only works when you're plugged in. If not, it won't work, and then it just works just like your microwave at home. Light, fan. Remember what I said, if you're going to have that fan, make sure that flap's open. Cooktop here is very simple to use. You just turn these to light them with a lighter or a match, whatever you guys have handy. Dual bunks with lights in either bunks. Top bunk has a maximum capacity of 300 pounds. Bathroom, very simple. Toilet, just pull this to flush it. As long as you're holding it, it's going to continue to flush. Hot and cold shower, and then all you do is lift this up. When you lift it up, it'll divert it to your shower head. That's pretty much it in the bathroom. I mean, there's not a whole heck of a lot in here. Alright, I'll kind of go back to over here. You have some switches. One on the left do your main lights. One on the right will do porch light. You turn on and off your water pump from here. And then you have battery, fresh, black and gray. So you can read your tank levels from here too. Last little thing, breaker box right here. All your breakers for your 120 volt appliances are there. All your fuses for your 12 volt. So you have an assortment of fuses. Definitely recommend buying some spares, just in case. Alright, well that concludes pretty much our video walkthrough of your Starcraft. Hope you guys found the video informative. I know it may be a little short, but this trailer is simple and basic, and you know what? Those are my favorite ones because there's not much that can go wrong. So I hope you guys found the video informative. And until next time, goodbye.